everybody, welcome to my video all about the sandwich method. And if you came here through some sort of food search and you were hoping for some discussion about turkey, lettuce, tomato, that's not what this video is about. It's all about eyeshadow and just a very simplified method of applying it that I think is really handy for someone who's looking for a quick look, someone who just likes simple looks, someone who's a beginner and just really looking for something that they can easily duplicate. And I think about this method a lot when I'm doing my makeup, but I think I only verbalized it just maybe a couple weeks ago in my favorites video when I was talking about some shadows that I really like to do this with. And basically what it is you're utilizing two shadows for a look. One shade is going to go on your lid and under your brow, and the other shade is going to be sandwiched right in between in your crease, and it's just that easy. So a duo, for example, could pull off this look. So you're going to be looking for duos that have a light shade that's light enough to perform as your highlight, and then a deeper shade that could be anywhere from like a mid-tone color all the way to something really dark if that's what you want. Another really basic method for eyeshadow that I like to do sometimes is my one shadow look. I'll link below to the video and tutorial where I talk about that. But for this video, the sandwich method, I don't intend for this to be something where you've got to go out and buy some certain eyeshadow to make this work. I think this is more of a formula for using shadow, a pattern for applying the shadow that you can apply to probably lots of different things that you already own. Shadows in your larger palettes, your naked palettes, shadows in your duos and trios and quads. But at the end, I will suggest some different duos that I think perform this task really well and might just give you some visions for where you can take this look. So first off, here's the tutorial. Now I've already applied a primer to my lids. I used Bare Minerals Prime Time. I think using an eye primer just really helps the shadows adhere to your lids and last longer throughout the day, and it also helps them stand out more and look really intense. So the quad I'm using is from Bare Minerals and it's called The Promise. I'm going to be going to this sunshiny, buttery shade here. It does have some shimmer in it, and I'm picking some of that up on my Sonia Kashuk small shadow brush. Any flat shadow brush that you like to use would be good for this step. And I'm just going to begin patting that all over my eyelid. A patting motion packs on the shadow a little bit better as opposed to, you know, really like dusting back and forth and potentially dusting some of the product away. So I'm patting it on, and then you can also go around your inner corner. This is a great brightening shadow, so if you want to take your brush and just go right around your tear duct, that will make you look really nice and wide awake. Next, I'm taking my E25 brush from Sigma. So it's a crease brush, but it's not super huge and oversized. So I feel like I have the control to get the shadow exactly where I want it. And I'm using this kind of matte medium taupe color. This really gives a natural looking shadow to your crease. So I'm taking this really all the way in on my crease here. And then I'm going to just continue blending outward as well. I'm not really forming this into any big shape. I'm just following the natural shape of my crease. And if you've got a lot of space in between your eye and your eyebrow, maybe you even want to pull this shadow up a little bit, and you can make better use of that space, I suppose. Next, I'm taking an E40 brush, so a little bit fuller brush than what I just used, and there's nothing on it. I'm just buffing over the edge of my deeper shade, and then we complete the sandwich here. I'm just gonna lightly pick up a little bit of that golden color because I don't want it to be quite as intense or packed on as it was when it was on my lid. So I'm just going to apply that lightly up under my eyebrow. And now you've made use of your light shade in two ways, and you've got your darker shade to provide the contrast. Now, one more way you can continue on with this look and give yourself a little added definition for your eye is to take the deeper of your two shades, and I'm using a smudge brush. You could use an angled liner brush or whatever you're comfortable with, and just start to apply this right here on your lower lash line. You don't even have to go all the way in. I sometimes like to just keep it there on the outside. It just gives the eye a little more definition, but with a shade this light, you can see it's very soft. You can finish the look any way you want. Liquid liner, cream liner, pencil liner. You could line your waterline. Since I'm going for kind of like a bright, everyday type look, trying to look a little more awake after that daylight savings change, I'm going to use a brightening liner in my inner rim. This is the Rimmel Scandalize in Nude. So I'm just going to apply that to my inner rim. And this is my black colored clay pencil liner from Tarte. I'm just going to apply this across my upper lash line from inner to outer corner. I think pencils are really easy to use. One thing you just want to make sure of is that you're getting it as close to your lashes as possible. You don't want to leave any sort of gap there. Then I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I'm going to apply a couple coats of my Neutrogena Healthy Lengths to my upper lashes and one coat on the lower lashes. Okie dokie, so that was easy enough, right? Just a very easy, simplified way to use your eyeshadow. Even if you've been using makeup for years, maybe you really like some very complex looks, I still think there's a lot of beauty in a very simple look as well that doesn't look super overdone or like you spend a ton of time on it. And again, you could pull this off with all sorts of shadows and different colors that you might already have, but I do just want to give you some additional suggestions. Might just get the creative juices flowing a little bit for some other shadows that work nicely in this way. First off, another duo from Bare Minerals that I like a lot. This is called the Top Shelf. It has like a pretty champagne kind of pinkish color and then a really pretty bronze. I think this bronze is right on the verge of almost being like walking the line of maybe too light to go in your crease, but when I do use it, and I've had this on in different videos, I get so many questions about it because it just is a really nice light soft look. It makes a great summery look, so I wanted to mention that one. Another great little drugstore option here is from Maybelline, and it's the duo in Dusk. This has a soft pink and a taupe. I would say both of these are kind of a satin finish, so not too much shine going on here, but these work together really nicely to create a look that I think really complements anything else you've got going on makeup-wise, much like the look I used today. I also love the Hard Candy Bake duos. This is the one in Peace, and I think they do a really good job of putting shadows in here that can do this method really well. A light shade that can go on your lid, easily work under your brow, and then a deeper shade that's definitely deep enough to provide some contrast in your crease. This one's really beautiful, just great if you like the neutral brownish kind of look. And finally, just an idea of something you could use to take this look a little bit deeper. This is the L'Oreal Hip Duo. It's one of the metallic shadow duos in Electrified, and I love this one because it's got a pretty taupe in there and also a deep plum. And this taupe can really take on different looks. It will look so different when you've got it packed on your lid as opposed to if you use it super lightly with a crease brush and just dust it under your brow. It can look like a really soft highlight shade, so I think that's a great duo to have, especially if you like the plummy purple type looks. So I hope this video was useful for you. If you've got some beginners in the makeup world in your life, definitely share this video with them. Share the one shadow look. These are really easy, uncomplicated ways that you can work with your eyeshadows. And of course you can jazz it up from time to time, but sometimes it's nice to just have that go-to shadow formula. That's the way I like to think of it. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you later. Bye.